Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to work on making some little Halloween dangly earrings. And I'm also going to do a review of this one-step looper. So I did not want to buy this tool because it's kind of expensive, and I've done just fine with my chain nose and round nose pliers. But at work the other day, I was having to make like 80 pair of earrings that had lots of dangles on them. So I was like, okay, I'm going to invest in this tool. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see how it works. And I think it's going to help me to be able to make all these little loops without wanting to kill myself because, yeah, there were a lot of little loops. So I looked all over the place. I had a 55% off coupon for Michael's, and I was like, yes, that's what we're going to do. So I went to Michael's. They only had the big looper. So this little guy makes 1.5 millimeter loops. Okay, so they're tiny. The big looper, I did not want big loops. I need little loops. So they only had the big looper. I was like, oh, bummer, because I really wanted to spend that, use the 55% off coupon, because these things are like $40. They range. They're like 32 at Hobby Lobby. Michael's, I'm not sure how much the big looper was, because once I saw that it was the big looper, I was like, forget it, I don't need it. Joann's, they were like 39, and AC Moore didn't even have them. So yeah, so that was my thing. I went to Michael's. Then I was like, okay, well, I have 50% off coupon for Joann's. I'm going there. So I go to Joann's. They've got them, but they were having a sale for buy one, get one 50% off on all their jewelry tools. So I didn't want to buy one, get one 50% off. I wanted just to buy one with my 50% off coupon. So I couldn't do that. So then I went to AC Moore because I had I think it's either 55 or 60% off coupon there. They didn't have them at all. So I was like, well, I'm back to Hobby Lobby, which I would prefer to shop at Hobby Lobby anyway. I think their prices are better, but their coupon is only 40% off. But I probably got just as good of a deal there because they were $32.99, I think, and I got the 40% off. So I got these for like 19 something, which is pretty good. But anyway, yeah, that's my story. I did not want to spend the money for them. I just didn't want to do it, but I ended up having to. And so I thought, well, while I'm making all these earrings, and I have got to make, let me see if I can swing the camera. See all those earrings that need made? And these aren't for work. These are for my craft show coming up. So I have got to make all these earrings, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to use this looper. I'm going to review it, and we'll see how it is. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a pair with two little witches. We're going to make a pair with two little skeletons, and we're going to make a pair with some pumpkins. So these are for my craft show that is coming up this weekend, and I've got a bunch to make. And I'm just going to say in advance, please, if the camera falls over, I am very sorry. My tripod is literally on its last leg. It has 3 legs. It's a tripod, and 2 of them have come off. So it is balancing very precariously on 2 very unstable legs and 1 stable leg. So we will see what happens, but hopefully it'll just behave itself. Okay, so first of all, we're going to work on this little pair of witches earrings. And for all of these earrings, you're going to need, obviously, some ear hooks, ear wires. I'm using fish hooks for these. I'm using posts for the skeletons and fish hooks for the pumpkins. You're going to need your charms, and I've got these 2 little witches on brooms here. I've got these little skeletons here. And then I've got these little pumpkins. Now these pumpkins are currently on the Budget Beadbox website, and you can get them on there if you want some. You're going to need 4 head pins per set of earrings, so two per earring. You're going to need 4 bicones per set. I'm using 6mm bicones for the witches, and I'm using 4mm bicones for the other 2. And then you're going to need for the ones that you have fish hooks for, you just have to look at your charm, and you know, decide how your ear wire hangs. So this one will hang correctly when I put it on there. So I'll only need 2 jump rings for this set, 2 jump rings for this set to hang the bicones. But this set, when I put the post on, it's going to have a jump ring to go in between, if you can see there, to make it lay right. So I need a jump ring for each of those and a jump ring for the dangles. So I'm going to need 4 jump rings for that one. So hopefully that makes sense. You're going to need your looping pliers if you decide that you want them. I'm going to show them to you. You're going to need cutters and chain nose pliers, and I've got bent and regular just because it helps me with closing loops and such things as that. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is put our bicones on our head pins, and you just put them on. I use 2 different colors. You don't have to, but I was trying to use some Halloween colors, so I have a purple and a green for each one of these little earrings. Okay, now this looper tool is so cool. I really do like it. So if you can see, there's a little hole in there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your head pin and you're going to insert it right through here up into that little hole. And you're going to insert it all the way up to your bead if you have a bead on there. If you don't have a bead on there, you're just going to insert it all the way to where you want your loop to be. So I want my loop to be right above my bead. So you just put it in there like that, and then all you do is squeeze it. And it is not hard to squeeze. It cuts this little piece off, and it forms, you have to wiggle it to get it off of there sometimes. It forms a perfect little loop. Oh my goodness. And it is so quick and easy. I mean, really, this thing is worth the money, especially if you can get it with a coupon. So here we go again. You just stick it in there. Whoops, I'm afraid I'm going to knock over the camera. Squeeze it. And it's looking like it's hard to squeeze because I'm doing it around the camera, but it's really not. It's so easy. And there's your little loop. So we got 2 more here. And like I said, this makes 1.5 millimeter loops. They're small, and that's what I do the most of. Anything bigger than that, I would just go ahead and do it with my pliers, I think. But this thing is awesome. And sorry, it's tough to do this around the camera, especially when it's precarious like this. I just know it's going to fall over. Okay, so we have our 4 little loops, and one thing that you do want to do with this is you want to make sure that they're closed all the way, because when you have a bead on there, it may not close completely, and you just need to double check it, which I'm nervous about that anyway. I always go through and double check my loops because I don't want my jewelry falling apart while somebody's trying to wear it. That would be terrible. So just go through, make sure all your loops are closed up. Okay, so there we have our 4 little bead dangles. Look how cute, and it's so easy. All right, so we're going to open a jump ring like this. I'm going to put a purple and a green on each one. And then I decided that instead of hanging it up here, I wanted to hang it right here, and it will not come out because it's a closed in area. So I'm going to hang that on there. Get my other pliers and close it up. You always want to make sure that your jump rings are closed really, really well. And you can feel it, like it'll kind of scrape against itself. But always look really good. There we go. Just make sure they're closed up. And this is what you have. It's just cute. It just adds a couple little dangles to her. So then we're going to open our ear wire. Oops. We are going to make sure that it's facing the correct way and put it on there, because she does have a front and a back. A lot of charms are double-sided, but she's not. So I want to make sure that it faces the right way. And you know, I may have to use a jump ring because this is a tight fit on this, but no, it's going to work. Okay, there we go. So here's what you have. You have a cute little witch with a couple little dangles just to give her some color and a little movement. Make sure that's closed up good. And there she is. So see how quick and easy? I mean, this looper thing just, it takes all of the work right out of it. So let's go ahead and do the second one. And when I do my earrings, I like to mirror them, okay? I can't do that with her. Like, I can't make her mirroring because there's a front and a back to this charm. So they're both going to have to hang the same direction. But I do want to make sure that I'm going to make my bicones mirror. So I want my purple one on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put the green one. Whoops, nope. I'm going to put the purple one on first and then the green one. And that way when they're wearing them, at least that part will mirror, even though I can't mirror the charm. So I try to always mirror the earrings, but this charm just won't do that. So see, when they're worn, well, why is it? There we go. It's just not hanging right. Okay, when they're worn, she'll hang like that. So, you know, I don't know. It's really not that important, but it's just something I do. They've drilled it into me at work because we have to have the earrings mirrored at work. It's just the pageant stuff has to mirror, like, and it's hard to do sometimes when you're gluing those little crystals on and you forget to, like, mirror the same. You know, if I glue on a red, then a clear, then an AB, then a red, then I have to mirror that on the other side. So yeah, it took me a while to even get my brain to work that way, but it does now. So here she is. She's a cute little witch, 2 dangly little earrings, and they were so quick and easy to make. So now let's move on to our little skeletons. Now these are cute. I like these because I'm going to use a little bit of a chain with them. So it doesn't matter how long you cut your chain, but he's kind of long, and if I put the dangles just hanging right up here, it's going to cover his head up, and I didn't really want to do that. So we're going to make some little chain dangles for this guy. So we're going to get our looper and put the bicones on. I just saw the camera move. I'm telling you, I'm so precarious. I order these tripods from wish.com, and they're super cheap, and they're super cheap for a reason, because they're super cheap. They fall apart so easy, but I love them because they're bendable. You can bend these little legs around any old way, and it's really my favorite tripod. But I think next time I order them, because they're only like $5 each, I think I'm going to order like 3 because they do lose their legs after you mess around with them too much. All right, so there's our little dangle in the loopers. Whoops, and it fell out because I'm trying to work around the camera. So let me stick it back in there. There we go. Okay, and you just squeeze it. It's so cool. I mean, it cuts off the wire and everything. Makes a nice little dangle. There it is. And we'll do this guy. And I have found sometimes with this that it doesn't make the shepherd's hook like I like it. Like, I will show you this one. Let me get it up here. Okay, can you see how it's just kind of, I like this to be crooked back. So what I do in that case, if it didn't make it like exactly like I want it, I will just take my round nose plier. And this one's kind of fat. It's not going to want to fit in there. Where's my skinny ones? I can't find my skinny ones. You know, really, I get so mad at myself because I do all my jewelry making right here. It's not like I ever go anywhere to do it. And I don't know why I can't keep track of my own stuff. It should all be right here. Okay, these are not my skinny ones either, but we're going to use them. They'll work. So I bend that back a little bit. I just like this little thing to have the bend in it, the little crook. I like that. And then I'll go ahead and bend it back on around, and it just looks a little bit better. I don't know. I like it better that way. And so if your looper doesn't do it, because usually, I mean, It didn't on this one either, and I don't know why it does it on some of them and it doesn't do it on the others, but it doesn't. So I'll just go ahead and maneuver it around there a little bit the way I want it. It did it on those ones I just did, so I don't know why. I noticed that at work too, that some of them it did better than others, and it's probably got something to do with the way I'm holding it or something I'm doing. I don't know, but anyway, you can fix them if you need to. Stick that in there. We've got one more to do here. Oops. Get him in there. Okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm not on the screen very well, but it's really hard to work on this camera tonight. Okay. So, but you saw how I did it last time. Come off of there. It gets a little bit tricky to get off. Sometimes you have to kind of help it to come off. There we go. Alright, so I've got my 4 little dangles. Just going to make sure they're closed the way that I want them to be. There's 1, 2. I literally had to make like 80 pairs of earrings at work this past week with these little bicone dangles on them, and each earring had 2, so that is 160 dangles. And I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I'd seen this thing advertised or seen other people use it and thought, I'm gonna give it a try. I think it's probably worth it. All right, so you're gonna take your jump ring, open it up, put your chain on. You know what? I did not get enough jump rings out for this guy. We're gonna need more. I'm sorry. I did not account for the fact that, number 1, we have to put the dangles on the chain. So just some tiny, you want tiny ones for that. Small as you've got. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm a little unorganized. So you're going to take your jump ring, put your bead dangle on it, put it on the end of your chain, close it up. Just like that. Oops. Well, not just like that, but just like that. Okay. And we're going to do that with all 4 of them. Whoops. You want to make sure that you put your 2 orange ones on the same length of... See, I've cut different lengths of chain. I've got longer chain and shorter chain. I didn't want them to all hang even. So I want to make sure if I put my orange bead dangle on a long chain that I do the same thing for the other side. I just want to make them look the same, and I'm having trouble there. Okay, so let's get this one on here. There we go. And then we'll put the purple ones on, or black. I'm not sure what color I have here. I've got purple, green, black, orange, and gold that I'm using for all these little dangles, so just different colors for different ones, but looks like these are actually black, orange and black. All right, so Chris and I had a very eventful afternoon. We decided to ride the motorcycle up to this little town called Pinehurst, which we'd heard a lot about, and it is a very, very cute town. It's like, it looks like it's out of a storybook, I swear. I've never seen anything like it. Very quaint, just cute little buildings, this whole little area downtown. So we went to Pinehurst, and we got off the motorcycle, and we walked around a little bit, and then we decided we were hungry, so we went to get pizza. So we drove on up, got out, went in, had pizza, came out, and the motorcycle would not start. And we don't know what's wrong with it. So we literally had to be towed all the way from Pinehurst to Fayetteville, which is like 40 miles, or maybe more. Actually, I think it's like 50. And so we've got the motorcycle on the back of this tow truck, and we are crammed in, and I'm sitting in the middle of Chris and this guy, and he's like trying to use the gear shift, and oh my gosh, it was crazy. So yeah, our trip turned into a little craziness, and we just got home a few minutes ago, and I'm tired. So, but yeah, that was our day. It was unexpected, but thankfully there were towing services available that would tow the thing back for us, because we tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to get the thing started, and it just was not going to start. And it was fine the whole rest of the day, so I don't know what happened. Okay, so you're going to hang your 2 bead dangles on your jump ring. Close it up. Now, I want them to hang in the back like this, just behind the skeleton guy. So the way I do that is just I put them in the back like that, and then when I put my ear wire on, I'm going to do it like this. So you take your ear wire, or your jump ring, put your ear wire on, make sure, well, actually I like to put this guy on first. Whoops. I'm sorry guys, I just lost my jump ring. Okay. You want to make sure that you go ahead and put it on. Make sure your bead dangle is hanging in the back. So it will stay that way. When you put this jump ring on, it's going to kind of like lock it in back there, and it'll stay hanging in the back. And then you put your ear wire on, make sure it's facing the right way. See if I can do this. Okay. And close up your jump ring. Oh Lord, have mercy. There we go. And there's your little skeleton. Isn't he cute? He's got his little bead dangles. They just kind of float around in the back, and actually I'm going to fix this. I don't like the way it's hanging, so I'm going to take it off and do something different. I will show you. Don't take your bead dangles off, just take it off of the skeleton. I don't like how it's hanging there. I'm going to hang it from this jump ring that I just put on there. In the back still. There. Now when it lays, yeah, it's going to lay flat. See, in the back there, instead of, it was like kind of to the side, and I didn't like that. So you've got your little bead dangles, you got your little skeleton guy, and he just kind of hangs around there. So that's how we do that. Let's put this other one together really quickly. So I'm just going to take my jump ring, put my bead dangles on, just like this. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay that down for a second because I'm going to hang it from this jump ring. So then I'm going to grab this jump ring. I'm going to make sure that my skeleton's on there the right way. These guys have a front and a back too, so you have to really make sure you get it on right. Okay, I'm going to hang my bead dangle, make sure it's in the back. Well, I got to close it up. I didn't do that. Don't know why I didn't do that. Okay. Alright, take your skeleton, put him right on. Hang your bead dangle from the jump ring. I normally don't have this much trouble getting this stuff on here, unless I'm on camera. And make sure that your post is facing the correct way. Come on, get it on there. There we go. See if I can close it without dropping it. Yep, close it up right like that. Okay, so there is your second little skeleton. So you have a really cute pair now of skeleton earrings. Adorable. And I know that they have these skeleton charms on Panda Hall. I've seen them on there. I've also seen them on a new website that I've been working with called Bead Park. And Bead Park is going to send me some products to do a tutorial and a review on. So they've shipped them out already and they're on their way, and I'm going to do a review of their products and some tutorials when I get them. But I saw those skeletons on their site also, so you can get them there. And Shirley has these little pumpkins on Budget Beatbox. Okay, so I'm just making my dangles here. You've seen me do it now, so you know what to do. These little pumpkins turn out really cute, and I'm hoping they'll sell really well this year. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep it on camera, but I'm not succeeding very well. Now, I have not broken a bead using these yet. I mean, I guess you could if you got down too far to the end where the bead is, but I have not had a problem with it, so I'm thankful for that. But these are, I gotta say, this is such, it makes it so just quick and easy to make these bead dangles, especially when you're doing a ton of them, like I'm getting ready to do here. Because I'm probably not going to do these all tonight. I'm probably going to start on them tomorrow, but yeah, I have a ton of Halloween earrings to make because this festival that I'm coming to this weekend in West Virginia, it's called the Harvest Festival, and it's kind of celebrating fall and Thanksgiving and Halloween and stuff, so I really wanted to have some Halloween jewelry available. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's close these, make sure that the loops are closed really well. Okay, they are now. Okay, take your jump ring, open it up, put your little bead dangles on there. Orange and green, aren't they cute? Lay that down a second. Well, actually, you can close it. We're going to hook it to the ear wire. Take your second jump ring, open it up, put on your dangles, close it. Okay, and the reason we're going to hook them to the ear wires, again, if we try to hook it to this loop, it's going to hang sideways. And I really don't want to put another jump ring on. It's easier just to go ahead and stick it on the ear wire. So what I do is I put it on the ear wire first because I want this one to hang in the front of the pumpkin. And then make sure your ear wire is facing the correct way for your charm. Because these again, well, my goodness, it fell off there twice. Okay, because these again are not double-sided, so you want to make sure the front's facing the right way. Put it on and just close it up. Okay, and close your loop really good. And it's an adorable little jack-o'-lantern. Now, I know it hangs in front of his face, but these are going to flop around, especially when people wear them, so I don't know. I do debate, though, if maybe I should just use a smaller jump ring, because that would make it not hang down quite so far. The other ones I made didn't hang down quite so far. Let me see if I have a smaller jump ring in here, and we'll see how that looks. Yeah, here's a way smaller one. Let's try that on this second one. And we'll just see if it looks better. It probably will. Okay, let's go ahead and I think that the smaller jump rings will make a difference. This guy on first, and put our little dangle on, or our charm. Yeah, that does make a difference. It's not quite totally over his face. So if you use the smaller jump ring, it's going to make a difference in how it hangs, if you can see it. This one's kind of hanging down over. And really, I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of OCD about things like that. I want it to really look good, so I don't want his little face being blocked. But probably when they're worn, they're going to be flopping around and, you know, movement enough to where it probably wouldn't really matter that much. But I'm going to fix them anyway, and I'll use the smaller jump rings from now on, just to be sure that they don't cover up his little jack-o'-lantern eyes. So... and I'll go ahead and hook that through the ear wire part and close it up. Come on, there we go. Okay. So yeah, that does make a little bit of a difference. They're not quite so long. So here are our little pumpkins. Look at them. Aren't they adorable? And you can use whatever color bicones you want. You can use like the AB coated, which make them really sparkly and pretty. But I just kind of wanted to do the Halloween colors. So there they are. Here are our little skeletons, which I think turned out really cute too. And again, when you have these on, the movement will make these chains kind of, you know, hang and dangle. It'll be really cute. And then our little witches, which have disappeared. Here they are. And she's just got the little dangles hanging from the bottom of her broom, just to give her a little Halloween color. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It went a little long. I'm really sorry. And I know I was a little bloopery with all the trying to get the rings closed and stuff, but like I said, working around this camera is killing me. I've got to get a new tripod. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial anyway. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel, and like I said, I'm going to have some new tutorials coming up very soon, and some reviews for the Bead Park website and their products. I would highly recommend the loopers. If you're making lots of loops, these will make your life much, much easier. I'm glad I bought them. They are a little expensive, but they were well worth the money in my opinion. I've not had any trouble. They work really great. And they make bigger ones. They make all different size ones, so make sure you look at the size that's on your pair that you're buying if you get them. So anyway, I'm going to head down to bed. It's getting late and I'm tired. You guys have a great rest of the evening and a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.